Welcome back. We're in episode 3 now, and we're investigating the murder of some magistrate. It was part of some weird samurai show that Mayor is into. It's for the kids, apparently. It's for the kids. But anyway, we're headed to the studio main gate now, because we need to speak to her. October 16th, Global Studios main gate. What? You're still here? Really? Look as though you've seen a ghost. Maybe we have. Assistant's claim. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. You're lying. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from the outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Alright, you better tell me, and tell me quick, you spiky-head cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? So maybe she wasn't involved, maybe she just, I was having a nap in the van over there or something. We're just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. She's not even a full-time employee. All of you young'uns are like that nowadays. Running it over there. Oh, here we go again. Here we go. Got it. Okay. Alright. Did she pass out? She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Alright. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left, at the actual film studio, are the actual film studios. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see, first I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. He's entered the number of the security camera. It said somewhere. I think it was the top one. There. Entered. Nothing happened. Maybe I got the number wrong. Maybe we should go look at the camera again. Or just guess it over and over again until I get the right one. Just go through it. It's like, alright. There! Entered. Hey! It printed out the data, or whatever, for that day. Let's see what we got. It's data. Okay. Huh. Is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it could be anybody. Guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I can imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers, ? Photo, added to the court record. Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for that trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we need for the trial. What we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. No, it's gotta be someone she let in. It's gotta be. To be continued. What? We're not done! I wanted to see the... Oh. You can save all you want, I'm not done. October 18th, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 1. Whoa, 4! Got used to saying 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I'd like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe the case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning. Yeah, very suspicious of that little vent area down there. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, you see? Past there are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. 4. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. Still gonna be a 4th one. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nope, makes sense to me. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval? I suppose it would be medieval? Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Oh. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Oh, here we go again. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. Witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Alright, here we go then, here we go. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Hi. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. What were you doing before that? So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio? Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. What errands? Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from there until 5. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks, not even a second? Of course. I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gates and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper-wapper. Snipper-wapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Don't you raise an objection. So the witness was on duty through the afternoon. The whole time. Very well. What do you see? Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. How can you be sure? So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Put wax in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. It's gotta be that. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this, exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday, clearly. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, Witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. Prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? Should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. Didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. He's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Alright, then. I never say anything. I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at the picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Let's see here now. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. There's no indication. It's like, if anything, it's someone shorter than him, because of the way, like, the trouser aspect is actually dragging behind. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. This looked like he was dragging his foot. See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? No, I'm not. What have I got? What can I use? I'm not sure. Well, Nick? Find any glaring contradictions? She seems pretty sure that was Powers in that photo. Guess I'll just press her and see if I can shake her conviction. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. Maybe she does. Whippersnapper. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. You've today always whining about it. Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. Now, that morning, who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see, there was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. What exactly were you doing? Observing, just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. So Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and I think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. What prop? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. Samurai spear, the murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Plus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Oh, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. I mean, it is. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I want to check something here, actually. Doesn't appear like that's been fixed. Same way this one has. Because you can sort of see, like, at the top it's angled, isn't like it's been fixed, whereas this one doesn't look like it's been fixed. just got some strap around it. I don't know. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object! Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The fence has a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. You have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Continued, alright. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before that was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Besides, I think it's the assistant that did it. So if no one else went to the studio, it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alright then. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. true, yes. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there, as far as you know. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 p.m? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one can get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? What? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. We let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls, or well, you know what I mean. Old Windbag has a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? The time of proof of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. Okay. Seems accurate so far. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. Present this. Present it, not look at it, but you know. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. And Fairy Computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 5th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1? It really was the only photo. Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. The evidence shows that not one, but 2 jaw mango worms, 2 people, went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Eh? Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. The camera on the gate fired twice, That means 2 people went by. Well, yes. That's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edge boy, help. Huh? But believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Ah, I see. Your testimony, please. Dear, oh dear. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking you see. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out that one photo that day. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. Get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. Always hanging about. One was there that day. I mean, that's a huge piece of information there. Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, you must know. It's a drain that goes into the employee area. Yeah, there we go. That's what made me a bit, Grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and... they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. That would actually explain why the costume is a bit, like, dragging behind if it was a kid. It could just be a simple misunderstanding sort of thing, like a kid got in, dressed as the samurai, and was trying to attack the magistrate, just playing out the TV show, and accidentally killed someone as a result. You know, it's possible. What? Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his legs. Or leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes. Well, we see his type every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, not impossible for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a break for a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Oh, very well. Right, so I think this is a lovely place to end this part. In the next part, we'll have our little 5-minute break out here, and then we'll continue on with the trial. So we'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.